Revelation 9:1. And the fifth angel sounded, and he saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key to the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth had power. It was commanded to them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. In those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were the crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. Revelation 9:7. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. The horse is a vehicle, a way to deliver something. Think of the Pony Express. As a syringe is a vehicle, a way to deliver a drug. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. And they had hair as the hair of women, and the teeth were as the teeth of lions. And they had breastplates, as were breastplates of iron, and the sounds of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. Anatomy of a syringe. You have the plunger tip, the barrel, the hub, and a cannula or needle. Cannula, needle of syringe. Etymology, borrowed from Latin cannula, small or low reed, imitative of canna, cane, reed, from ancient Greek, cana, reed, connecting the needle, cannula, reed, to scripture. Reed as God's enemy, Pharaoh the great dragon. 2 Kings 18:21. Now behold, thou trustest upon the staff of this bruised reed, even upon Egypt, on which if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt unto all them that trust him. Reed for measuring God's temple, man. Ezekiel 43. And he brought me thither, and behold, there was a man whose appearance was like the appearance of brass, with a line of flax in his hand, and a measuring reed, and he stood in the gate. Revelation 11:1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of God, and the altar, and them that worship therein. A reed used for mocking God. Matthew 27:29. When they had platted a crown of thorns, they put it upon his head, and a reed in his right hand, and he bowed the knee before him, and mocked him, saying, Hail, King of the Jews. Remember, the needle on the syringe is called the cannula, or the reed. Revelation 9:9. They had breastplates, as it were breastplates of iron, and the sounds of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle. The virus of the crown affects the lungs or the chest, as breastplates are associated with the chest. From the article, The Iron Lung in the Modern Ventilation. The iron lung is seldom used today, having been replaced by a smaller machine known as a curious ventilator. Breastplates of Judgement. Exodus 28:15. Thou shalt make the breastplates of judgment with cunning work, after the work of the ephod. Thou shalt make it of gold, of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, and of fine twined linen shalt thou make it. Exodus 28:29. And Aaron shall bear the names of the children of Israel in the breastplate of judgment upon his heart, when he goeth in into the holy place, or for memorial before the Lord continually. Revelation 9:8. They had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. Zechariah 5:7. And behold, there was lifted up a talent of lead, and this is a woman that sitteth in the midst of the ephod. And he said, This is wickedness. And he cast it into the midst of the ephod, and he cast the weight of the lead upon the mouth thereof. Revelation 9:8. And they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. Joel 1:6. For nations come up upon my land, strong and without number, whose teeth are the teeth of a lion. Ye have the cheek teeth of a great lion. Revelation 9:5. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but they should be tormented 5 months. And the torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. Severe signs and symptoms of a sting from a scorpion include numbness throughout the body, difficult swallowing, a thick tongue, blurred vision, relevant eye movements, seizures, salivation, and difficult breathing. These symptoms constitute a medical emergency, and death may occur. Revelation 9:9. They had breastplates, as were breastplates of iron, and the sounds of their wings was as the sound of chariots, of many horses running to battle. Operation Warp Speed is a public-private partnership initiated by the U.S. government to facilitate and accelerate the development and manufacturing and distribution of the virus of the Crown Jab.
And finally, a little bit about the National Guard. The federal government continues to take aggressive action and proactive steps to address the COVID-19 threat as we attack the health and safety or protect the health and safety of the American people. The federal government continues to take aggressive action and proactive steps to address the COVID-19 threat as we attack the health and safety or protect the health and safety of the American people.